instance.
Mr. Cook, when we look at the SEC, and I appreciate very much the SEC and CFTC working together on definitions and on rules and so on, but at this point, the SEC has frankly been behind the CFTC in terms of Title VII kind of moving forward and finalizing. I think you've finalized about a third of your rules. You've indicated there's a lot coming up in the near future, but I wonder if you know when the SEC is going to put forth the proposed rule on extraterritoriality and why the SEC chose to propose a rule rather than interpretive guidance.
Thank you, Chairman. It's difficult to predict with precision exactly when that rule will come out, but I can tell you it's right in the sweet spot of the focus of the staff right now, together with the final proposing rule we need to implement, which is the rule relating to the financial requirements for securities-based swap dealers, the capital and margin rules. So we're hoping in the next several months we will have those rules in front of the Commission and acted upon. We are intending to sequence them with the capital margin rule coming first and then the cross-border release coming second, because under our approach, we want the cross-border release is really the capstone to all of our regulatory proposals and kind of looks back over all of them and asks the question, how will these apply to cross-border transactions? And so it really is important that we have all of our proposals done and then do the cross-border release. That's in part an answer to your second question, which is why would we do it as rules? We are, in some cases, amending some of the rules that we have already proposed and providing fairly significant guidance about how the rules would apply in a cross-border context where we feel that it is beyond the scope of what we can do by interpretation. The question of whether you do something by interpretation or rule is a judgment that each agency has to make. We have different statutes, and so we have different words that we're trying to interpret in some cases. But our approach so far at a staff level, and the Commission has not yet addressed this issue, is that we will need to do that through a rulemaking that adds to what's in the statute within the scope of our authority, and also that will incorporate full economic analysis and a cost-benefit analysis that normally would accompany a regular rulemaking. And
when would you anticipate having that done? I mean, when you look going forward, you've got about a third of the rules done now. Are we talking the end of the year? I mean, when?
We're talking before the end of the year, I would hope. We're hoping to get the capital and margin rule done in the next couple months, meaning finalized in the next couple months, and then the cross-border release would come right after that. But we're actively working on it now so that we can, as I said, sequence it after capital and margin, but have it done as quickly as possible after that.
Thank you. Senator Roberts.